I love intelligent people. I just do. I'm intelligent, and when other people in the comment section are intelligent, I'm always like, I like this guy. So that's why this isn't the first time you've heard this name, Emil Brink. Emil Brink, here it is. So I recently did a video called, Is Worrying About Balding a Feminine and Insecure Way of Thinking? Check out this short yet intelligent comment from our good friend, Emil Brink. Here's what he says. Quote, having ugly looking hair is less attractive, but caring about your hair is also unattractive. So essentially, to be the most attractive, you have to be dishonest and care a lot about your hair while making it seem like you don't care at all. Well done, society. End quote. I like this. It's honest. I mean, yeah, you know, as far as what people might deem as more attractive, we can go with some kind of hair like Ryan Seacrest, a Norwood 1 situation, thick head of hair. There you go. If that's what you want to deem as attractive, if you need to look good in that Hollywood sort of way. But there's so much truth that people find it very unattractive in men if they are that focused on their physical appearance. It's an unattractive trait. And in fact, that also, I would argue, that also is more of a feminine trait, to be so fixated on the physical, as if that is what you're being judged on. I keep saying you're being judged on your achievements and your confidence level. That's why men who shave it all off, they're going that bald. It only reinforces the fact that they don't care about their hair. Therefore, they are more attractive, and they're not seen as unattractive for caring so much about their hair. So, because that's part of what people see as attractive in men, especially here in America, is that you are so confident you don't have time to worry about your hair. And that's the paradox. And you get to decide which side you're going to fall on. Are you going to be the guy that totally doesn't care and he can even deal without hair, which shows the confidence what people want to see? Or ultimately by going around worrying about your hair? And see, that's why there's this weird backlash that society has. And if you, other than on my channel is the only place you can safely talk about how you feel when it comes to hair loss. But in the real world, people say, just get over it, man. Just shave your head. Quit worrying about your hair all the time. And people will give you a hard time. There's no compassion. People don't have compassion for balding men. If you address that, they'll basically just say, get over it. Quit being a diva, right? And that's what this video is about. It's the fact that, in essence, it's almost like society is annoyed by men that are losing their hair, acknowledge it, and show insecurity about it. It's like society is annoyed by that. What society wants from you, if you are balding, is for you, A, basically to not talk about it, not acknowledge about it, now don't show that it's worrying you, and just accept it somehow. If you quietly get a hair transplant and let that be the end of it, okay, they'll accept that answer. If you want to quietly use Rogaine or Propecia, then be quiet and just do it. They don't want to know about it. That's the thing. What society wants you to do is just keep it quiet. Just do whatever works for you and keep it quiet. But I say greater than that, greater even than being born with a perfect head of hair or finding a way to keep a perfect head of hair, even more value than that, society has more respect for men that are already balding just to get rid of it. An exception to the rule are men that are going to be along the lines of Norwood 2, I'd say even to Norwood 3. If you're in that, which we all agree that I am, Norwood 2.5 Vertex, if you're where I am, then to completely just shave it off is not biting off more than they can chew. It's throwing the baby out with the dishwasher, bath water, whatever kind of water it is. You're throwing the baby. In other words, you're jumping the gun. There's another euphemism for you. You're going overboard when you really shouldn't. Now that may raise some eyebrows because, honestly, and it's still kind of in the air whether I'm going to be able to get away with shaving off my hair because of that possible internet spot that I might be doing for the guy and working with him on a regular basis. I don't know. Personally, I want to. But see, even then, if I buzz off my hair or shave off my hair, even with that sort of recession going on, even with that, most people in the real world that know me are say, why did you shave off your hair? Translation, you haven't lost enough hair to be the guy that needs to do it. And that is a little bit of a paradox. That's a little bit of an irony. Because if you lose enough hair to do it, then it's expected that you should and will, and you look good doing it, and you will seem confident doing it. The irony is if you haven't lost enough, then people will think you're kind of weird. People would, probably for my sake, people would rather see my hair the way it is, because they're not noticing this when it's fixed and everything. So I think as we're trying to figure out how society works, I think that's really what I'm going to say how it comes down to. I'm going to say this. If you are basically Norwood 3 or better, all the way down to Norwood 1 or juvenile, and you just start shaving off your hair like regularly, people are going to think, why did he do that? He still had hair. But if you get too much past Norwood 3, especially Norwood 4 and beyond, and you acknowledge, oh no, I'm insecure with hair, people don't like that. But if you shave it off or buzz it off, then they're like, oh, that's cool, he's embracing it. So I guess what this video is me trying to gauge where society is on accepting men who are balding. It's almost like they turn on you if you shave your hair too quickly, because then it's like you're overcompensating, maybe. And I think too, if I end up shaving off my hair, buzzing it off, that's gonna be probably my explanation I'm gonna have to give. Nick, why'd you shave off your hair? You still have hair. I'd have to say, well, I'm seeing what it would be like if I shaved it off or if I was bald. But they're like, but you're not. I'm predicting that's what they're gonna say, you know? And for me to get to the point where I lose enough on top to make it legitimate, you know, I could be 50, I don't know, right? Or late 40s. So I think it is complicated. I definitely think people respect you more if you shave it off if you're losing your hair. Definitely. But maybe this is the first time I've actually come out and said this. It works if you're actually losing your hair. If you're starting to have a receding hairline, even as bad as mine, I can still get away with making it look pretty good and unnoticeable. And for a 36-year-old guy, it'd be more peculiar if I shaved it off. So as we're trying to gauge society on this, I think we have to take that in consideration. If you start shaving it off too soon, that almost might seem like you're thinking too much about your hair. People don't want men to think too much about their physical appearance, and especially not their hair, because hair is not a masculine trait, it's a feminine trait. Men lose their hair. They grow hair on their face. That's masculine. So men aren't supposed to worry or think about their hair. So this is the first time I've really realized that society doesn't really like, they don't really want you to shave off your hair, or they'll look at you funny unless you've lost enough to do it. And I think once we're talking like Norwood 4-ish or beyond, or any serious diffuse thinning, then they're cool with it. And they have mad respect for you. I'm pretty sure I'm right about this, right? And by the way, if you're like, Nick, why are you talking for 10 minutes about hair loss? Then I'll say, then don't watch me for 10 minutes. Watch my other channel, Family Friendly Daddy Blog, which despite the name, we talk about interesting stuff and it's never about hair loss. So that also exists on YouTube. It's an alternate universe, and I will never talk about hair loss. If you like me but are tired of hearing about just about hair loss, Family Friendly Daddy Blog, the YouTube channel, it's there if you want it. If not, I'll only talk about hair loss on this channel. It's whatever you want. It's whatever society wants, right?